So today we're going to cover printing out and formatting. Yeah, and also part of the reports. So now, for example, you've got the data, you've got everything, but now you have to present something in a project meeting. So how do you come up with something that is presentable is what we're going to look at. Yeah. So when you check on MS Project and you go to Format tab, this one, yeah, you can see that you provided with a lot of tools that you can use to format your schedule. Yeah, but it's kind of like designing, but it depends on. Okay, sorry about that. But I was still saying you may be having a particular color that you're interested in instead of the blue color for your tasks. Maybe the physical activities, you don't want them to be shown in blue or in red, and you want them to be shown in a different color. So those are kind of scenarios which may need you to come under format. Then you format your bars and text accordingly. Yeah, so I'm going to open any sample project. Yeah, so this is what we're going to use as our sample project, and we want to print it out, or we want to format the way our Gantt chart looks like. Yeah, so in order for you to change maybe the color or anything about the chart, these bars here, there are different ways of going about it. You can go to format, then under format, you click on the drop down below format, then you can go to bar or bar styles. Yeah, so here you'll be presented with different like columns and the way they are appearing. Yeah, so if you want to change, for example, you want to change the way project summary is displayed, you just double click on it. You click on it, then you come down here. Yeah, so you presented with different tools for customizing. For example, you can change the color and maybe say I want the color to be yellow for the one on the left. Then the one in the middle, which color do you want? Okay, if you choose like yellow throughout, so it will change to yellow. And if you press OK, and I try to check, you see what it will change? Yeah, so it will change to that color. Yeah, so you go to format, then under format, you can come to bar styles. Then under here now you can go back to the exact color maybe it was using. Yeah, so that's how you can change the color. Then when you go to format and go to bar, this will, okay, it will give you like how should the bar look like for that particular thing you've selected. That's why it is better you just go to format, then under format you go to bar styles so that you can select a particular thing. For example, splitting task, how should it appear? At the start, this is at the start, at the middle, and the end. Then in case you want to change the text, in case there's text that is being displayed, you can also change it from here. You can customize it from here. Yeah. So now let's look at another way of accessing that. You can just double click anywhere around the Gantt chart. You double click here, then it will open the same dialog. Like you double click anywhere around here. Yeah, so when you double click, now you can access this. So maybe you want to change the shape of a milestone. You click in milestone, you come under shape, you change to a different shape that you want to use for your milestone. Maybe it is a star. Yeah, then in the middle, for milestones, you may not need, unless you want to show, okay, if you want to show two stars, you'll put a star at the start, then also another star at the end. So this is how it will look like now instead of the previous one. Then in the middle, when you come to shape, it shows these ones, it doesn't show the other one. It shows that these are the possible ones that you can put in the middle. Yeah, then after that, you can press OK. Then when you go there and you try to zoom in, see it has changed the way it displays. Yeah, so when you go back and maybe we switch it to its previous diamond, here it was having nothing, and also here, then you put it back to the previous diamond. Here, press OK. You come back, it shows there. You can double click, even change the color. It can be a diamond, but when it is of a different color, maybe blue. Yeah, press OK, then it will change. Yeah. Hope it is clear. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Olala, is it clear? Olala, are you there? Okay, we can continue. You communicate, maybe. Yeah, so that's how you can change for individual, or like if you want to change the overall, you can even just come here and say Gantt chart style and change the, when you change to this is the default one. Yeah, they are showed with that color. So if you change to Gantt show some bars like there, if I change to this, the color will change to that. Like this is a style that has different ways of displaying certain things. So if you change to this, you may find that when representing like progress, it uses maybe green. Yeah, so we can let's look at the tracking Gantt. Okay, for this there is nothing yet, but if I go back to entry, and maybe I put %complete, and I put 80, 75. Yeah, so this is the default one. So let's try to change to maybe this. Yeah, so when we change this, you see now the way it is displaying, it is displaying in a different format. You can as well click here to access the other one, which you get more options. Yeah, so now we're going to look at how do you print very well and you fit your tasks on the paper that you're printing on. Yeah, because this is, you can have something here, but you're supposed to present maybe a paper, or you need to submit documents into maybe a bidding document or what. So when you try to print out, if it comes out in a bad way, it's going to give a bad impression to whoever you're printing to. Yeah, so now we're going to see the best way to print. Yeah, so now I'm going to first print without doing any editing, and you see that it will be a bit disorganized. Yeah, so I'll go to File, then Print, or you can press Ctrl P to access the printing. Yeah, so this is showing you a preview on how the project is going to, on how it's going to be printed out. Yeah, so when you try to navigate into next pages using this arrow here down, you can see that some arrows, some parts are not having that chart. Yeah, it is kind of like going off, and you have very many pages. Now these other pages, are just having the chart. See that? Yeah, so do you think that is something presentable? Can you present something like that?
No, I don't think it's presentable because she has split the entire. Okay, I would imagine it would be better if it is on one page.
Yeah,
but now just split it into different pages, which makes it difficult to follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So also it depends on the size of the paper. Yeah. So if you have a lot of activities now, like here, it may not be able to fit on one page, but there is a way of printing it in a good way. Because if you print it on one page, unless you have like A0, the size of the paper, unless it's like A0. Yeah, but now the better way of doing it is for this chart, you should always go to View, then you go to Entire Project. And so when you go to View Entire Project, there is a way it adjusts the bars. If maybe I've zoomed in so much like that, and I come back to View Entire Project, it will squeeze it back so that it can fit. Yeah, just that here the activities are very many, but if they were not very many and there were a few, you could see that when you go to View Entire Project, you bring all the project and you can see all the Gantt chart and all the bars. Yeah, so that is the first step, View Entire Project, unless you want to zoom in. Okay, for example, you may be interested in printing something because any change that you make here is reflected in what you're going to print. So let me try to zoom in like that. Yeah, so we've over zoomed in here. Then let's go to print. If I press Ctrl P, yeah, then I go, maybe it was a different page. Let me go back and I do it to the first page. Yeah, you can see that here I'm trying to zoom into, okay, just that bar. And I go File, Print. Okay. Okay, it has come. Yeah, you see that it has even put it on the next page. According to the settings, you're going to see why. Yeah, so any change you make the other side, this is the way it's going to look here. Yeah, so we said the better practice is go to View, then Entire Project. Then after getting this, the next step is to go to File, then Print. Okay, first give me like 3 minutes. I'm going to be back. Yeah. So to do a recap, we said in case you want to format the way the bars look like here on your chart. For example, changing the color, yeah, or the shape. There are different ways of accessing that. You can go to format.
You can go to
format. Then you go to under format. Then you go to bar styles.
You go to format. Then under format. Okay.
Bar style.
You go to
format.
I'm at format, and I go to bar size. I'm using bar size.
Here, see this format?
Yeah, that format. It was under what?
Under format here. Click here. Then
okay, this format here. Bars.
Click on bar style.
And bar style.
Yeah. So it will give you a dialogue of how everything was already styled, how it appears. For example, the milestone is styled like this, but you can click in it and change its shape. Yeah, or change its color. Yes, so if you change this color to maybe this, and you say okay, when you go back to where milestones are, the color has changed.
Okay, for example, load up task. I'm changing the color.
Okay, it's better you change on the ones that are already on, like in the chat here, because you may not be having load up tasks.
Yeah,
just change something that.
Obviously, the ones that are on the task. And this one,
okay, like just change something that you know it is on the chat. For example, summary. Here, all task. Its appearance, you can click on the appearance looks like a bar here. Then you can change the color. It may be green.
Green. Okay.
Yeah. So in case of that, it's supposed to change. It's supposed to change the start, middle, end. Yeah, that's when it is able to do that.
It's supposed to change?
Format bar styles, you click here, then it's supposed to change. In case you're changing the color, change, this is the start, middle, end.
Okay.
Like the way it appears. So that can apply like to milestone. Like at the start, can build that shape. And if we also choose the end, maybe a different shape, it will now be presented like that.
So for example, milestone, I can decide to change. If I go to the last part of this project, change something.
So we move. So also another way is like colors, color combinations. You can just come to Gantt chart style, then you choose the color combinations. You can see when I change, they are changing down. So these are already styles inbuilt.
When you change that?
You come to format, then under Gantt chart style, and you click any combination, any style that interests you. So this is the default one. Then maybe when you click to this, you'll see that the color changes, the orange are displayed here. So even when you click here, it will take you back to the bar styles.
Okay.
Yes. So
it clicks per task, or you can change.
For this one, it will go for all the tasks.
For this one,
yeah,
it will go for.
It will go for the whole chart, like the whole chart will be changed to that. Okay. So now that was about formatting. Another way of accessing that pop-up or that dialog is just double click anywhere. Then it will bring it. So there is a lot there, but it is about you explore. So now we're going to go back to printing. Yeah. So we had said that the first step in printing is better. You can come to view, then you go to entire project.
So go to where?
View,
View,
then entire project.
view, then entire project.
Yeah. So in case you are over zoomed in some tasks, maybe like here, and when you go back to view and say entire project, to try to bring it back so that it can fit on the page of what you're going to print.
For example, we take one see if you go to
If you are disorganized, it maybe you are zoomed in.
zoomed out,
And
so
come to
you
view,
cannot see it all.
yeah, then you come to entire project. So to put it in a way that it will be able to fit on. So this will go with the default settings for printing for the printer that we have, and we can adjust those ones. Yeah. So then after that, you come to file, then go to print. Yeah. So here you're able to see. You are able to see what is going to be printed. Yeah. So now let me just open another project because I realized that I want to change some things that I want to show them to you. Okay, now you see like here, when I come to view entire project, it will at least come this way. Yeah. So then I come to file, print, then this is what is going to be printed. So if you want to see the next screen, the next pages, they are going to be like that. Yeah. So you realize that you reach somewhere and it is kind of like, it is not showing the chart. Or a full page is only having the chart. So this is a bit disorganized. You can't, like it is very hard to follow, right?
Only 45 pages.
And there are 45 pages, there are very many. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we come back, view, show we entire project, file, print. Then, now you also realize that there is ID, there is information, there is task mode. And so some columns we don't really want to print them. Yeah, so you go back to that chart, select the column you don't want to see, right click on it, go to the column. You come back to the table. Chart table. Yeah. Then you select that column you don't want to be printed and click on right click, go to hide.
You select a column.
Yes.
And you don't want to print. Hide. Type that one.
Yeah.
So in case
you want to this one to be fully showed, what you just double click like in Excel. But you have to mind about also these other columns.
For example, we're interested in the start date.
So sometimes you may also find that you don't need to see the predecessor and also like the resource names because they are already shown here, and like the bars can even show you which one is predecessor to the other one, and the resource names are already there. So you may not want that column of resource names. Yeah. So now let's go back and see how it is.
So I can hide the predecessor.
Yeah, you can hide it, or you can just push this. You see when I push it, when I push it and I go to print, it's just going to see this. File, print. Yeah, so now you can see that I only have ID, task name, duration, start, finish. Then here the bars will be shown the other side. Yeah, so now the first thing that we're going to do is change the orientation. Yeah, these are like you have
reduced to 40 pages now.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to see you can even decrease to more. Yeah, so you realize that what you're going to print is very wide, so it is going to be looking awkward for you to print it in portrait. It should be in landscape.
Yes.
Yeah. So in case it is not in landscape, ensure that it is in landscape orientation. Then, what is also very important is this.
The paper size.
Yeah. So change from letter to the exact paper that you're going to print on it. So now here you can see that I only have two.
A3.
I have letter and A4. But why? It depends on the printer that you've chosen. So here by default it is using OneNote for Windows. Yeah. So now what you can do, you can change to any PDF reader or just use Microsoft Print to PDF.
Microsoft Print. Oh, I am. I have changed it to landscape.
Yes.
Then the page, I have selected the A3 size. I first way to select.
Okay. What is your printer? What do you have as printer?
Printer is Microsoft Print to PDF.
Yeah. So in case you just want to save a PDF, which is a good practice, you cannot connect directly to a printer, you destroy papers, you print out and you end up destroying papers. It is better first generate a PDF, look at it, when you feel that it is satisfying you or it is good, then you can print. Yeah, so here change to Microsoft Print to PDF or any PDF reader you have, like Adobe PDF. Yeah, but some PDF readers, they have limits to this, and also some use online, like some online services. So when you're not connected to internet, it may require you to use. So let's just leave it to Microsoft Print to PDF. Then now we come and change from letter now to the exact paper that you're going to print on. If it is A3, you select A3. If it is A2, look for A2 and you select A2. Yeah.
A2 is very small.
No, A2 is very big. Yeah. So it depends on the options you have here. It does this now like Adobe PDF has A2, but Microsoft Print to PDF doesn't show.
Because now I'm trying to look through the maximum I have is A3. Yeah,
so when you change to your printer to any PDF reader you have, like Adobe or Fox reader, to give you more options, because those are software that were made to read PDFs, so you can read different formats. So you will be able to get like A2.
Like if I change to Adobe.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's use A3.
Use A3.
Yeah. Suppose you prepare your bidding documents, and now if you want to read it somewhere, A3 just can be turned into A4. Yes. Yeah. So we have A4 and it is landscape, A3 and it is landscape. Yeah. So now you look, you see like here me the project I chose, now I have 8 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is how it is going to
turn to 9 pages.
And also you see at least the what? When you look through the chart is exactly like there is no page that only has chart on or table. At least the chart is being shown.
At least whatever level it goes.
Yes. So then another, before we go to the settings about the project, if you want to print something in a good view, you can go to page setup. Then here, this is where you can make more changes.
If you go to page setup, please.
Go to page setup. So now here you can also change the mode from portrait to landscape. So if the tasks were not very many, and it is possible to fit on one page, you find an option of fit to one page. Yeah? But now here it is not feasible because there are very many. Yeah. So we can leave it adjusts to 100%. Yeah. So let me try this. You see when we force it to one page, see the way it is looking like? Yeah. So now that means if you have very few tasks and you want them to fit to the whole page and they fit very well, you should always just go to page setup, then say fit to one page. Yeah. And also, you can force it to fit maybe to 5 pages in case it is what you want. So these are 5 pages, but when you look at the preview, it is not clear.
It can fit, you condense it to 5 pages.
You can condense it to the way, okay, scale, the way you want the scale, like fit to 5 pages wide by 1, but it is good to just adjust it to 100%, which is the
I
normal.
want it to fit to 1 pages wide by 1. There's something you say to fit to 5 pages. Where do I fit it?
Okay, you come here to fit to, this is scale. It may not be necessarily 5 pages. There's a way it counts it because it has 5 pages wide by 1. Yeah, so then it will decrease the number of pages that you're going to have, but you can see it is so condensed indeed. It is not clear. Yeah, so leave it to adjust to and give it 100% of the normal size. Yeah, so it will just get what is in the view. Yeah. So also we go back to page setup. Then under margins.
You go to page setup. Then under margins.
Then now under margins you can give margins. You know the margins are like what is left on that page. So you never know, sometimes you may not want any margin. You want it to be fitted like on that page. Because you may try to print out and only 2 tasks are going to the second page. Yeah. So what you can do, you can go to margins and give them to 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, that's when you have to maximize. Left, right, up, or 0, 0. 0.5 means what?
They are
from the edge you are moving 5 millimeters, 5 centimeters.
They are inches.
They're inches, eh?
Yes.
0.5 inches.
Then also, if you want to add header, okay, like where do you want the header to be? Is it to center, to left, to right? This is where I go to. Then also footer. For now, it is just showing the page. Yeah, so in case you want to change what it shows, this is where you save from. But for now, we're not going to look so much to that. Then also legend. Yeah, where should it be shown?
The legend.
Yeah, so this one is what is down here. It will be having the name of the project, the date. Yeah.
What you want to capture? At the legend.
Yeah. This is what will be captured on the legend. Then you can choose to either put legend on every page or you just have a legend page. But we want it to be on every page. Yeah, so Blan and Lola, do you have any question up to this stage? Do you have any questions? All right. There are no questions, then we can move on.
The challenge I usually get on printing. This is under the legend. This is under the what we call this one where we have the key. Pardon? What we call this one? Because usually I want to get adjustments and I cannot.
This one down.
This one down. How do you make adjustments on this? Sometimes you want to put, I don't want to see almost all of them. Just want to select a few. Because they will not be necessary in the project.
All right, in order, okay, I asked a question about how do you adjust what is shown down here. In order for you to adjust that, it's under this. You double click, then you go back to the.
You double click where?
Okay, you go back to the bus styles. In any way you can. You can access them whether from format what. Yeah. So, in most cases we're going to try it out and we see. But in most cases, the ones that have stars are the ones that are shown. Yeah, but let's try to add one to be sure, like manual progress.
The ones that have stars are the ones that are in the key.
Yeah, let's first test it out to be sure. So I've added manual progress and progress. Okay, let me add also deadline.
How do you add? Where do you add?
You click on it, then you start typing.
You click on it and then what?
You start typing, like you click like here. Take the cursor there, then you type start. Yeah. So we've added deadline and manual progress. So let's click OK. Then now let's go back to print. Yeah, it shows it.
When you
have progress before.
Those ones that have stars are the ones that are showing.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see them, you remove the star.
You remove the star. So now let's say maybe we are removing group by summary. We don't want to see that. And also we don't want to see how the manual split is. We don't want to show that how it is being presented. Then I go back to print. Yeah, the manual split has gone because the one which is left is called split. Then also the other one was grouped by. Okay, let me see.
When you say wait.
I think it is the other way around. The ones that have stars are the ones that are not displayed.
The ones that have stars.
The ones that don't have stars are the ones that are going to be displayed. When you put a star, it will not be displayed.
For example,
so let's put on milestone. And also, okay, let's remove task if it can accept because it is the most easy one to track. When you go back to file, I save, print. I've removed milestone and
manual progress is not having this, that is showing.
Yeah. So when you want to remove what is showed on the legend, you put a star for those that are not going to show. For those ones that don't have stars, will show. Will show up. Yeah, like that. Press OK. Save it. Yeah, then it is back to task and milestone. Yeah. Let me hope that one is clear to everyone. So we continue with our printing file. Print. Yes, so we are done with this. We're going to get a PDF and we try to look at it and see whether it makes sense to us. So now under settings, these ones are from they are about the project. You can print the entire project, or you can print certain range, or you can put specific dates. Yeah, or you can print specific pages. Yeah, or you can go to this customize. Then now you get more. Like you will be able to customize from which date to what date and which page to what page. For example, I may want to print from the start up to, this is going up to 23rd of February, but what if I want up to 20th February? Yeah, so those are 4 pages, but I want only the first 2 pages. Yeah, so that here it will show you 4 pages, but it's going to print only the 2 according to your settings. Yeah, then if you set a project, it will get all the pages. Yes, then okay. Yeah, if you set a project with specific dates, you just enter the different dates that you want to print. Yeah, so say you try an FEE.
I would want, if at all I want to print,
Yes.
if at all I want to print, say, I'm more interested in the general conditions of this project, which will last 23 days. That's the range I want to print. Yeah?
Yes.
So I don't know what is giving me, actually I want to print from item number 1 to item number 9.
Yes, but yeah, for that case, okay, it is better you know the dates. Yeah, it uses dates.
It's better you get to know the dates.
Mm.
For example, if I try this one, I want to print from 3rd, 26th of 3rd up to 31st of March. 26th of March. Have you changed the nomenclature properly?
You change the dates. I think we can move on because these ones are they are online. You try to do it later on.
Okay.
Yeah, because now it delays them.
No.
So these are the different options that you have. I can say print entire projects. Then here I was trying to look at how it is going to appear. So you can see we have some weird pages, meaning that we need to adjust either margins. We can move all the margins. We can put 0 and we see whether it will make a difference. 0. 0. So okay. Yeah, the margins are adjusted, but it is also not fitting yet well. Let me put on A2. Yeah, now you can see that on A2 it is fitting well. But now that means you need to print with A2. So now that means if you have A3, you choose A3, but now you have to adjust. You have to adjust it to ensure, because now there is this page which is just updated because of the settings. Then another trick it can be, you can go back to this and you change the font size.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you decrease the font size by maybe 0.5, it will reduce when you are printing. Maybe this I give it to 11. Yeah, so when you double click on the text. Okay. Also, it is possible to adjust the text from here and select what you want to adjust. But let's go here, file, print. Okay,
Hello?
Yeah. So you just need to play around with the settings until it comes out the way you want it. So when you feel that you're done, then you can click on print. Yeah. So this will depend on, you set 2 copies to export like 2 PDFs, or if you on a printer, it will print out. When it finishes, then it prints out again. Yeah. For now, we can leave it to 1 copy, then replace print. Yeah, so according to your printer, maybe the PDF reader you've chosen, then that's the way it will be saved. Yeah, for now, for Adobe, it puts a dash. Let me save it. Yeah, so now it has saved, and it is opening here. Let me show you. Yeah, so now this is in the PDF reader. So you can see every, okay, this on this computer I have Adobe Reader, and it's what I chose, but you can choose Microsoft to PDF, then it will be able to open within a PDF reader. You have either Microsoft Edge or anything. Yeah, so this is how it has printed. So you can see that these are the pages that we are still having some issues with. Yeah, but you can always go to settings and adjust them until you come up with something that you want to be displayed. Yeah. So
Kind of me. I'm trying to print to PDF. Microsoft PDF. But I can see it in PDF.
click on print. Then it will save.
Keep
Go
going.
to give it a moment to save. Yeah. So do we have any questions, Brian? Lala's gone off, but
Hello.
yes.
Yes, thank you. In case you're printing, how can you ensure that the Gantt chart on the right hand side where we have the what, the relationship between the tasks, how can you ensure that it's not cut? Like how can you ensure that it appears without being cut? Is that possible, or it depends on the number of tasks that you have?
It may depend on the number of tasks, but what you do, you see, okay, let me show you in okay, menu from project. See, like here, of course, we can see a preview from this side. So you can see this is the first page, but it is starting from 5-bit, so it is leaving this space. So you can go back here, then you move this, you move this side. Yeah. Then also here, this is the margin on which it cuts to go to the other page. Yeah, so let me see if it is adjustable. Okay, the dotted lines, they show where the page is going to end. Yeah, so it is trying to show that this is going off. Yeah, so let's try to double click and maybe we reduce on the font size. If I reduce to maybe 10.5. Okay, wait a minute. That is this is the text for, this one just changes the text here. Let's change from here to text. Okay, let me check under format, because it's about you reduce the text size for like this one, state election contractor management. It's going off a bit because this is the margin. Yeah, so I think there are two ways you can, either you increase the margin or you reduce on the text size. So let me try to reduce on the text size and see that it will make any sense. When you come to text styles, and I give it maybe 10. Let's have a look at it. Still going off text. Let me reduce it to 8. Yeah, so you can give maybe 9 is also okay. 9 is going off. Okay, 8. Let's say 8. Yeah, so when you're changing the text here and you want to change for entire project, you come to format, then text styles, and then now you reduce the font size. So when you reduce the font size, then it will be able to change from here. But now you may realize that the table now the font size is too small. Yeah, so they are different from okay, if you want the changes to be applied to a specific thing, this is where now you come to. So let's see whether we have the bar chart. Okay. Okay, here I can't find the one that is. Let's try now to just adjust this one using the normal, because the one this side we've achieved it, it's not going off. But let's try to adjust this and we'll see whether the other one will put it back to 11. Yeah. So now that means in case you want to change the text, maybe the text size for the Gantt chart or for everything, come to format, then text styles, and you reduce it maybe to 8. Text styles. If you give it like 10, it's going to be going off. But when you come back and give it a small number from 8, it is not going to be cut by the margin. Then now you come back to the Gantt and you just select the activities. Then you go to task and increase the font size. So when you increase the font size, this one, the font size here will not change. It will go with the text style, the one we set from here. Yeah, so now when you go back to print, you can see that it is not cut. Yeah, for the first one. Then you have to do that and ensure that all of them are like that. They are not going to be cut. That is the way you can go about it. Hope it's a bit clear to you.
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
So just look at this margin. When you see these are very big, then you find the over adjusting.
I wanted to know, we have been doing these adjustments all in the Gantt charts. But if I'm in the trunk in the Gantt, I can want it to say also another environment of its own. the settings are also quite different. Because I might want to print now the trunking guides
Yes.
and the parameters there to change. So it will also be treated. Settings here don't apply, don't change anything in the way.
Okay, now if we go back and change like the tracking guide, like whatever I want to print, whatever is displayed in the software, and you go to file print, is what will be printed. Yeah. So it will go with the settings adjusted in the printer, because these are printer settings. You can see that it's still A3. It is still showing. Yeah, but you see the columns and the content has changed to the tracking guide. So you go back and adjust accordingly. Why the ones you don't want? Yeah. But the printer settings will stay there as long as you're still in the same file. Yeah. So that's all about printing, and yeah, we've not totally covered it, but at least we'll try to maximize the coverage. Yes.
Because presentation
So now we're going to go and look at also reports. We started on them already, but we're just going to see the reports and how do you print it out.
Reports, did I see? Did we about reports?
We covered reports in previous sessions with them, so it's going to be like a recap. Then also we see how we print them out.
But I want it covered reports.
Yeah, we're going to do a recap for that. Yeah, so we said for reports, in order for you to generate reports, go under report. Let us change this. Go under reports. Then
Under reports?
Yeah, under report. Then under that, there are different reports that you can be able to generate. Under new report, you can get a blank report, a chart, comparison, or a table. Yeah. Say under dashboards. So these ones they are going to use for new report. It's just going to be customizable for you. Like you can select what you want to report about. Yeah. But when you come to dashboards, the reports are predefined for you. Like this is a burn down report. This is a cost overview report. This is
Burn
a
down what?
That one I'm not sure about what it shows. Yeah.
Okay.
But a cost overview, project overview, Avcada, they are
Upcoming
predefined.
tasks.
They are predefined within the software.
Yeah.
Then when you go to resources, it means that you're going to get reports about resources. Yeah. When you go to costs, you're going to generate reports about costs. In progress, like that. Yeah. But for us, we're going to look at a blank project. We create a project kind from scratch. Then these are ones, you just click on it, it appears. Like I want to look at the project overview. You click project overview. Then it's going to show me the percent complete, the duration of the project, then also the milestones that are coming soon. Then here it will be showing me percent complete for each level.
Project overview, it shows you the overview of the project.
Yeah.
What
It shows you like
activities to
the
be
summary
done.
of the project.
So if it is 0% done, it is showing us.
Yes. Yeah. So when you go back to report, then we're going to use a blank report. Yeah. So click on blank new report, blank report, call it a name, and maybe my report. Click OK. And so the name you've called it appears here. Yeah. So this is
the name you have called it.
Yeah.
It's the one at the heading.
Yes, the one that comes at the heading. You can even increase its size. You can go back to task, then you get access to font styling, then you style the font accordingly. Yeah. So after that, you can go back to report. Then you need to click on design. Yeah. So under design, we are able to design.
We click on what?
Design
Design is what?
here on top. As long as you report.
As long as we're in report.
Yeah, to open this design.
It will open the design, no?
Yeah.
I click on design.
Yes. So under design, you can design different projects. You can design different reports. In that, it gives you the morale to add a table. You can add a table and customize what should be displayed in the table. You can add a chart and you dictate what should be displayed in that chart. So I'm going to start with the table. So when I click with the table, it's going to, by default, it's going to come with name, start, finish, and percent complete. That is for the overall project to be shown in the whole project, not the subtasks. So in case I want to add more columns, I double click on it, then it has to show here field list. In case it doesn't show, click on it, right click, go to, okay, it looks like it is there, maybe the screen. Right click, show field list, this one, yeah. Yeah, so under here, it will show you the selected fields. Yeah, so now, the ones that are checked are the ones that are being displayed here. If I want to include resource names, tick it. Then it has to show here. Let me maximize this. Yeah, when I check resource names, it adds onto our table, then it is added onto this list. This is a list that shows what we have in the table. So if I don't want to show maybe percent complete, I look for where it is, then I uncheck it. It's under number, then yeah. So these ones you just have to it's under number, then custom, then percent complete. You uncheck it and it goes out. Yeah, you just have to. Okay, there's a way they arrange them in different categories, but you just have to locate them.
Actually, I'm trying to peruse this, but so my coin is limited. For example, I wanted to be proposed not to delete the percent complete row.
Yeah, it is there. Check here. There's somewhere there is number. Then under number there's custom. Then you find percent complete, work complete. So if I tick like work complete, it will be added here. Yeah, so just that now we don't have data, but if you have data, it will be shown the real numbers. Yeah. So that's how you create tables. Then in order for you to create charts, now click anywhere, not in the table, because when you click table, it brings details. So just click anywhere, then you go to chart. Yeah, so for the chart, it's like in Excel, you can decide whether you want a pie chart, you want a line graph. So I want a column chart. I click OK. Yeah, so by default, for it to bring for me this, where it is showing the work and also the levels, then which actual work has been done and the remaining work and the work that has been. But in case I want to change, you double click on it. You double click on the chart. Then you come to field list. So you can see it is showing actual work, remaining work, and work. So you can look for them and maybe I don't want to show actual work, so I uncheck it. If I want to show something different, it is the same thing that I do. I click maybe work variables and I don't want work. So that is the x-axis. Okay, it is, the data is on the y-axis. Yeah, like if it's saying remaining work, it is on the y-axis in hours. Yeah, so since we haven't done anything, that's why you see remaining work is on top. Yeah, it is on top as the work variance. Yeah, but it is about you selecting what do I want to display.
So which means if I wanted to see in this monthly report, in this report on graphs,
Yes.
and I've done some work on general conditions.
Yes.
It will show me because it
will show you the
allocated 200 hours.
Mm.
When it comes to show me, it will show me that the 200 hours are so far consumed the 30 hours.
Then also here, these are just for design in case you wanted to look in a different way. Here, from up here. From here, you can change it.
Change the way it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Then when you click on chart data, it brings you to the field list because that's where you can input the different things from. Yeah. So now it depends on what you're trying to show. Because if I have this chart, I can look at when it is task based, that is the default one, but I can also look at resources. So that it's going to show me resources and which kind of work they have done. Yeah, so tasks and resources, because in the chart, these are things you want to report about. It has to be the tasks versus something, or the resources versus something. How have you consumed the resources? Because when you come to resources, you find money, you find time, you find everything there. Yeah, so when you feel that your report is okay, for example, you can even add, you can go back to design, click in your design, then come to text box. You can draw a text box. You can draw a text box and write something there, like my report about general progress. Yeah, you can bold it, it can be very big. It can be so you can make very many pages. In case it is more than one page, in case it's more than one page, it will show you, it will be showing you the margins. Just that here we have one page. Yeah, so when you feel that yes, this can be turned into a PDF, you can go to File, Print, or Control P. Then you can see this is the report that I'm going to be having. Yeah, so you can do the same adjustments if you want to. Yeah, then you're able to save a PDF of that. So that's how you can go about reports. Okay, I know we've not gone so much in detail, but as long as you can generate your own report, then when it comes to these other ones, then you just click, it brings the details. Yeah. Then in case you also want to customize like the chart, double click in it, come under field list, change what it is showing to what you want to be shown. Yeah. Then the last reports, we also covered them. I'm going to repeat, they are called visual reports. Visual reports, these ones. Yeah. For visual reports, when you click on it, it's going to generate data in Excel, and it also gives you a chart. It's going to export to Excel. Yeah. So when I leave it to all, it's going to be having all the possible reports that I can generate. But if in case I want to generate reports about resource usage, I can click, then it shows me different types of resources that I can generate.
Resource, for example, what to put on resource?
Okay, there are very many. Like these are categories, but when you come to all, these are the only reports that you can generate for you. Yeah. So when I go to baseline cost report, maybe I want cash flow report. Then select level of usage data to include in the report. Then here you can select either weekly, weeks, or days as it is reporting. Yeah, you may want to report, but you want to look in detail data to be in days for each day. That's what you select. Then, if you have Excel installed, check Excel. Then this is Microsoft Visual. You can uncheck it unless you have it installed. It is used for
Microsoft
drawing.
Excel.
Yeah, so ensure that Excel is checked.
Because whatever I did goes to Excel.
Yeah, when you save view, it is going to
For example,
generate
the
an
source cost summary. Let's see the view.
So now it depends. There are some people, if you have in your Microsoft Office package of a different version from the project version, for example, your Office is 13, but project is 19. Those, when you are installing them, they are not in the same folder. So there is a way of going about it, because here it will try to show you that it can only take Excel. So if you find any issue with that, I can help you to that, because you have to copy like the shortcut of project from the installed files. You put it to where also Excel is installed, so that when it is exporting, it can detect it. But I hope no one is facing that issue. Yeah, so exporting will take some time because data is a bit long. Yeah.
So that was exporting from Excel file.
Yeah. Then after it will open. Yeah. So that is going to be it for today. Yeah. I think okay, we can continue with the specific questions you have. Everybody's on the online. They want to go. Yeah. So, Blan, do you have any questions?
No question yet. Maybe if I get some, I'll just.
Yes.
In case I have, can I like communicate on WhatsApp?
Yeah, it is okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Then in the middle of the week, I'm going to try to share like the project
Yes.
that we're supposed to work on. Then on the next session on the weekend, you can ask me questions about the report, that particular project. Then I'm sure you find more things that maybe we jumped or like we are very fast when we are going to. Then we can cover them again. Yeah. So after
Okay.
then your certificate will be worked on, and I hope you got the necessary skills that you wanted to get.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Have a good day.